And we're back here live, folks. Game 2 just about to get underway here on our NJAC Game of the Week. Our live coverage continues on Raider Vision. Thanks for tuning in, folks. 13-0 was the score of Game 1 in 5 innings as the Scarlet Raiders take on the number 2 ranked team in the country, the Profs of Rowan University. It'll be the freshman Charlie Peter in the circle, and her first pitch of the game is low, ball 1. And a leadoff hitter for the Profs is Liz McCaffrey, starting at second today. That's in there for a called strike. McCaffrey, the senior, 5'4" out of Cranford. And the wind's picked up here a little bit, folks, in Game 2 and got a little chillier. As the sun no longer out. Might even have a sprinkler or two here in Newark, New Jersey. A happy holiday weekend to all of our viewers. On Raider Vision, I'm John Heffernan with the call. And that's in there for a strike. Charlie Peter, 5-9 on the season with a 5.02 ERA. This is her 20th appearance. 47 strikeouts, 41 walks for Peter. And the 1-2 is roped into left field for a base hit, so McCaffrey's aboard. Kim Wilson, the longtime head coach for the Profs in her 29th season, is telling me in between games, hey, we're not a home run hitting team, a line drive hitting team. And she feels they've got the nucleus this year. They could do some damage in the postseason. That's drawing attention to the obvious. But Kim said this 2025 version of the Profs a little bit deeper and a little more mature than last year. They got to the NCAA finals. And what a display we saw in game number 1. Riley Lutz will get the start again here in game 2 in the circle for the Profs. Right now it's Charlie Peter. And the pitch is low, runner goes. And in there safely is McCaffrey. As the count now 2-1 to Mackenzie Melvin, the center fielder, senior out of Williamstown. McCaffrey in scoring position, and that's lined to Kloss for the first out of the inning. Nice job by Kristen getting the start at second today. And defensively for the Scarlet Raiders, you got Kloss at second, Miller at first, Maddie Hack at third, Abreu starting at short, McManus in center, O'Brien in right, Fiegel in left. And behind the plate, it's the sophomore, number 55, Janiah Smith for Rutgers. And the 0-1, that's going to be ripped into left field for a base hit. And McNair will go to second. So Peyton McNair with the second hit of the inning. And runners now on second and third for the Profs. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Pulowski. Pulowski, 5'9" junior out of Jamesburg, New Jersey. And that's in there for a called strike. And Peter deals. Great pitch. Caught the inside corner. Good framing there by Janiah Smith. So Farisi got the start at catcher in game one. Abzug came in for Farisi. And that's a shallow fly ball in a center field. And the run will come home on the drop ball as McCaffrey scores to make it 1-0. And Mariah Remus McManus had a little trouble with that one. As we mentioned earlier, the winds picked up. That might have played a bit of a factor in that fly ball as Mariah was running in to collect, but it popped out of the heel of the glove. So it's 1-0 Props here in the top of the first. Brianna Bryant, the batter, now at 0-1. Fifth-year player, 5'3" out of Bear, Delaware. Runners on first and second. And the pitch from Peter, sharply hit to Kloss, who backhands it to Miller for the second out of the inning. Kloss made that one look easy. Enthusiastic freshman Kristen Kloss made that one look smooth. So runners now at second and third. And that's outside, called ball for number 8, Allie Rhyme, sophomore out of Delran. And Peter inside, ball 2. So it was a combined 2-hit shutout for the Profs in game one. That's a shallow fly ball and a right. And there for the put away and the third out of the inning. O'Brien for Rutgers. 1-0 as we'll head to the bottom of the first. Coming up for the Scarlet Raiders, it'll be Kloss, McManus, and O'Brien. We'll be back with more after this. And we're back here live, bottom of the first inning. Kristen Kloss will lead it off for Rutgers. That's in low and outside. It'll be Riley Lutz in the circle once again for the Profs, one of the best in the country. And a 2-0 to Kloss in there. No, 3-0 now. And after game one, Lutz now 15-0 as a starter. This is her 19th appearance as Kloss draws the walk. Kloss, the leading base stealer for the Scarlet Raiders. We'll keep an eye on number 18. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, McManus, starting in center today, the sophomore out of Roxbury. And the pitch, low. Lutz, a 0.76 ERA, gave up 1 hit in game 1. And the sacrifice to Lutz, she's going to go to second, but it's way over the head of number 7, McNair. And look at Kloss with the head first slide. Everybody's safe. Instead of going for the sure out at first, the throw was high. Kloss ends up at third, and McManus at second. And that'll bring up the best hitter for the Scarlet Raiders, Keelan O'Brien. O'Brien flares one to second for the second out of the inning, as McCaffrey didn't have to move too far on that one. That's the first out of the inning. Matty Hack, the number 4 hitter, fouls one off. Waiting for confirmation. Jackie Davis comes out to have a word with the home plate umpire. The umpires today, Jerry Taylor and Kerry Smith. Taylor calling balls and strikes here in game 2. I'm not sure what the issue may be. Perhaps that foul ball by Hack. And Hack's going to get called out. I'm curious, though. Jackie Davis was probably thinking it was a foul ball. But to no avail. I would have left well enough alone on that one. But either way, 2-way with runners in scoring position for the Scarlet Raiders on second and third. And it's high to Destiny Maury. Maury, the designated hitter today, the junior out of Newark. Oh, I caught the inside corner. Now 1-1 with 2 away. Swing and a miss. Maury goes after the high riser. And Maury stays alive. Now 1-2. And Lutz deals. Ball. Count even at 2-2. Ace is wild, and it's fouled off. Quite a battle. I love how Destiny Maury's hanging in there. She is improved quite a bit, in my opinion, with her at-bats, working deep into the count. fighting off some tough pitches from Lutz, and the 2-2. High, good eye. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, number 88. Alex, can you think of any famous number 88s during your? Are you fan of a number when number 88 comes to mind? Strike three, Maury goes down swinging. Not important. I just say any favorite 88s in your sports time fandom. Any sport. Des Bryant. I like that call. All right, Des Bryant. That's a good guess. We're going to try to work in some of the table crew here in Game 2, everybody, much to everybody's chagrin. But we'll be back with more. It's 1-0. Hey, how about those Scarlet Raiders? They're hanging in there with one of the best in the country. And we'll be back with more after this.
The European Wax Center on Halsey Street in Newark. Come on in.
And we're back here live on a windy. Now close to evening time, as it's about 5:20 Eastern Standard Time here in Newark, New Jersey. I want to thank you for tuning in to our live coverage of Rutgers versus Rowan and Jack softball. Game 2, now in the top of the second. And that's ripped foul. Out in front of that one was Evick, the catcher, batting in the number 7 spot today. I want to tip my cap to Sam Rosen, who was involved in his last broadcast after 40 years with the New York Rangers just across the Hudson in Madison Square Garden. The Rangers' final game of the year as they shut out the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-0 in an otherwise meaningless game, as the Rangers have not qualified for the postseason, which begins this weekend in the National Hockey League. And their counterparts, the New York Knicks, however, Game 1, the first round of the NBA playoffs, they'll be taking on the Detroit Pistons. And that's ripped foul once again. So spring has sprung, everybody. NHL playoffs, NBA. Got a little Kentucky Derby coming up soon. And the Masters just wrapped up. Rory McIlroy, of course, getting his first green jacket. The New York Yankees and Mets in full swing. But, yeah, Sam Rosen, long career. I remember him as a kid. Called his last game last night. Guy's got to be in his 80s at this stage. Drawing the walk for the Profs was Evick, as Evick's aboard with no outs. And that'll bring up number 33, Holly Marcus. Marcus wearing number 33. The lights on here at Frederick Douglass Field. And the pitch from Peter, high. Runner goes, Abreu. Not in time. Abreu applying the tag on the throw from Smith. And Peter deals. Nice pitch by Peter. And another stolen base after the swing and the miss. And Marcus with a long shot into left field, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for Holly Marcus over the left field wall. And I don't think I've seen one hit that far in quite some time here at Frederick Douglass Field. And it's now 3-0. A shot deep over the wall into left field. And for Marcus, that's her first home run of the season. And it was a big one. Evick with one home run this season, along with Allie Rhyme and Pulowski, leading the way with home runs, 2 apiece for McCaffrey and Mackenzie Melvin. Now joining the home run club, number 33, Holly Marcus. That's a fly out to center as Zara McNair flies out for the first down of the inning. And that'll bring up number 18, the leadoff hitter, McCaffrey. And that's outside ball. Shallow fly ball to center for the second out of the inning. Coming in to make the catch for the Scarlet Raiders, it was McManus. So 2-way now, and that'll bring up number 24, Mackenzie Melvin. That's in there for a called strike. That's a base hit in right field. Melvin is aboard with 2-way. Peyton McNair will step into the box, the shortstop for the Profs. Just joining us, 3-0 here in the top of the second. It's Charlie Peter, the freshman for Rutgers, in the circle. That's going to be, oh, great job by Janiyah Smith, showing her defensive prowess, staying with it in these windy conditions for the third out of the inning. I love that by Janiyah Smith. Great job. Janiyah Smith, as we know, has been getting a lot of looks at catcher this year, platooning with number 22, Gabby Farisi. Smith now a sophomore. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Rowan. We'll be back with more Scarlet Raiders softball right after this.
The European Wax Center on Halsey Street in Newark. Come on in.
And we're back here live. It's Janiah Smith at the dish for Rutgers here in the bottom of the second. We got a new pitcher for Rowan. Look at this windup. Wow, lots going on there. As Donnerer, the freshman at Bayville, into the circle now. She comes in relief of Lutz. I hope I'm saying that name right. Dotterer. That's in there for a strike. Dotterer, just her fourth appearance this season in the circle. 1-0 with an ERA of 5.60. She's just pitched 5 innings in 2025. She's given up 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. She's now 1-2 against Janiah Smith for Rutgers. And Donnerer deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Smith goes down. Donnerer just picked up her 6th strikeout of the season. And gets her first here today in game 2. The first batter she faced. We got an Allie Miller sighting, everybody, for Rutgers. That's in there for a called strike. Miller starting at first here in game 2, the junior out of Newburgh Free Academy, upstate New York. Yeah, that's fouled away. Newburgh known for their orchards, I believe. Certainly in that area. Apples. And what else do they have? Apples, pears, peaches. I don't know. But it's a beautiful part of New York State, Newburgh. Not far from the Hudson. I wonder how long the Hudson River is. Used to be a big trade route back in the early days of our great country. And that's fouled back. So the Hudson River, believe it or not, approximately 315 miles long. From the Adirondack Mountains to New York Harbor and New York City. Strike 3. Miller goes down looking. This kid Dotterer, I mean, she's got some good stuff. I guess with the depth this team has, one of the reasons we haven't seen a whole lot of Dotterer this year. An interesting motion here, too. Look at this. It really gets it all going. Kind of a violent motion. But, hey, it seems to be working just fine for Beth Ann. Fiegel now at 2-0 for Rutgers. Donnerer gets the sign and the pitch. Just right over, right down Broadway. 2-1 the count as Fiegel was taking all the way. And Donnerer, look at Fiegel, nice piece of hitting into the gap. Center field cuts it off. Fiegel in there quickly with the stand-up double. A good relay, though, from center field. As Mackenzie Melvin cut that one off, fired it in, but not in time. There's a danger of going all the way to the wall, so a nice play by their center fielder, Mackenzie Melvin. Laura Abreu, look at this. Laura Abreu, everybody. Swing and a miss. Big fan of Laura Abreu getting the start at short here in game 2. Sophomore out of Newark, New Jersey. She's a tough player. Talented, especially defensively. And Abreu, foul ball. Abreu batting 174. He's got 4 hits this season. Still looking for that first RBI. Has a shot at it right here. And called strike 3. Dotterer, dominant. Nice job by Beth Ann Dotterer, the freshman at a Central Regional High School. Looking pretty darn good if you ask me. 3-0 as we head to the 3rd inning, folks. We'll be back live at Frederick Douglass Field right after this quick timeout. Back live, Frederick Douglass Field, top of the 3rd. It's 3-0 Props. And that'll bring up Pulaski. And Peter deals. It's popped up. Peter there for the first out of the inning. And that's fouled away by Bryant. Bryant starting at 3rd in game 2. Peter settled down nicely as we enter the 3rd inning. And the pitch fouled tip. Smith couldn't hang on. And swing and a miss. Bobbled by Smith. Throw over to first in time. 2-way now here in the 3rd. Well, that'll bring up Rhyme. Rhyme 0 for 1. Flew out in her first at bat. And the pitch, strike. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. That's the 5th hit given up by Peter. Peters also walked a batter. Giving up a double and a home run. And that'll bring up Katie Evick, the catcher. It's in there for a strike. Runner at first, and the pitch outside. Peter gets the sign, deals. Evick rips that one foul down the left field line. Evick walked her last time up. Runner at first, count of 1-2. That's going to be a base hit and a left. Evick is on board. Runners now at first and second for Holly Marcus, who hit that bomb in her first at bat. Marcus's first home run of the season. That was a no-doubter over the left field wall. That's in there for a strike. Oh, that hit Marcus. She's going to take her base. That'll load up the bases. I'm not sure what the call is here, but Marcus, after getting hit by the pitch, will get back into the box. Kim Wilson's got a couple of questions for home plate umpire Jerry Taylor. Perhaps there wasn't enough of an effort to get out of the way. That's not the last thing I want to do is upset number 33. Let's count at 1-2. Two outs and 1-2. Strike three. Great job by Charlie Peter. Beautiful pitches. Marcus had to lean outside. She got fooled for sure. So 3 outs. No runs. We'll head to the bottom of the third after this. It'll be Kristen Klaas, the lefty, will take a first pitch strike from Donnerer. Fouled away. And the pitch outside. Klaus takes high. Count now even at 2-2. Good eye by Klaus. And Klaus stays alive, fouls that one away. Count now full to the freshman. And the pitch grounded to third. What a strong throw, my gosh. Brandon Bryant with a rifle of an arm over at third. And there's a one away. This Profs team is, there aren't many weaknesses. A great defensive ball club, and as Kim Wilson said, defense wins championships. It was ironic, too, to hear her tell me we're not a home run hitting team. You see a moonshot over the left field wall by Holly Marcus. The score remains 3-0. Nothing's in there for a strike to McManus. McManus starting at center, game 2. In the hole here at 0-2. And McManus, shallow fly ball in there for the put out. Is Mackenzie Melvin. 2 away now. That'll bring up Keelan O'Brien. And the pitch, low, ball 1. O'Brien pops it up in a shallow right field for the third out of the inning. McNair there for the put away. We'll head to the fourth, 3-0 Profs. Back after this.
The European Wax Center on Halsey Street in Newark. Come on in.
And we're back here at Frederick Douglass Field. Zara McNair at 1-0. Squaring around to bunt. Pull back and swings away off the glove of Peter over to Abreu. The throw is off the mark. As Zara is aboard. Bang, bang play. Favored the Profs. McCaffrey now the batter. She jumps all over that first offering from Peter. Deep center field. That's going to be over the head of McManus. Good for the double. So runners on second and third. McManus, McCaffrey just jumped all over that. Runners at second and third with no outs. That'll bring up Mackenzie Melvin. So the Profs threatening here in the top of the fourth. Melvin 1 for 2 today with the run scored. I'm sorry, with one with a base hit and a pop out. High ball. Mackenzie Melvin, a health and phys ed major. In there for the strike. Now, last year, Melvin was the NFCA All-Region first team and Jack first team. And that's a ripped foul down the left field line. Melvin in 2022 was named the South Jersey Times Female Athlete of the Year in high school. A two-time New Jersey All-State first team. Also an All-State third team volleyball player in high school. And going the other way is Melvin, and she puts that in a right for a base hit and the RBI. Melvin, after the errant throw, will take second. Still no outs. Runners on second and third. It's now 4-0 after the RBI single from Melvin. That's going to bring out Janiah Smith to talk things over with CP. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. That'll bring up Peyton McNair, the shortstop. McNair takes for a called strike. So with no outs, McNair looking to add to this 4-0 lead. 2 runners aboard. High. Low, it's going to get by Smith. Coming across to score the wild pitch. Number 18, McCaffrey, to make it 5-0. Evans will move up. to say Melvin. I'm sorry. 24 Melvin at third. McNair now at 2-2. That's fouled away. And the pitch, off speed. Count now full. Peter deals. Way out in front was McNair. And the pitch, going the other way, McNair, that's out of play. Quite a battle between McNair and Peter. High and outside. McNair draws the walk. So runners now on the corner, still no outs. And that'll bring up Pulowski. Abby Pulowski. And Jackie Davis out to the mound. That might do it for Charlie Peter. Folks, we'll be back in a couple of minutes, as it looks like the Scarlet Raiders might be making a pitching change. We'll have all the details after this. Charlie Peter remains in the ball game. Runners out the corners. That's in there for a strike, and the runner goes. Rutgers gave up second because of the runner at third, and the count to Pulowski now 1-1. Pulowski gets up underneath that one. High fly ball, infield fly. Scarlet Raiders get the first out of the inning as Matty Hack took care of that at third. That's going to be a base hit in a center field. 1 run scores. An RBI single. Mackenzie Melvin brings home the 6th run for the Profs. Pulowski with the RBI single. Who do we got here? Allie Ryan. Was that Brianna Bryant with the RBI single? Bryant steals second. Yeah, that was. I'm sorry. Brianna Bryant with the RBI single. So runners at second and third. The score is 6-0. And a base hit in a right field. A 1-run scores. 2-run score. And it's a 2-run RBI double for Allie Rhyme. And it's now 8-0. And that's going to do it for Charlie Peter. We'll be back, folks, with Charlie Peter's numbers and who's coming in for relief in about 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. And we're back here live, everybody. It's the top of the fourth inning, and the Profs have busted this thing wide open, and it's 8-0. And we've got a new pitcher, folks. It's number 10, Kara Inslee, for the Scarlet Raiders, the freshman back in action here in Game 2, as she came in as the third pitcher in Game 1. And did pretty well, I might say. A couple of big strikeouts for Inslee. But let's see how Inslee can do. And look at that off-speed. Beautiful pitch from Inslee. As Evick is now at 2-1 for the Profs. Evick out in front of that one, foul. So the final numbers for Peter. She gave up 2 walks, 11 hits, and 8 runs. And the pitch golfed foul. Evick 1 for 1 today. A walk and a hit. And the right-hander deals, and that's smacked up the middle for a base hit. So Evick is aboard with the 1-out single. And that'll put runners back on the corners for the Profs. This is one scary bat right here. Holly Marcus, number 33. A 1 for 2 with a home run, 2 RBIs, a run scored. But I got to tell you what, she struck out in her last at bat. It was a great pitch from Charlie Peter. And that's in there for the strike. Holly Marcus, 5'8", out of Phillipsburg, New Jersey. Count even at 1-1. Oh, and that's exactly what happened the last time Marcus was at bat. But for some reason, she wasn't able to take first. I still don't know what happened there. In talking to Kim Howard before the game, Kim Wilson. One of the lines I love that she said, I said, Kim, Coach, what keeps bringing you back? She said, it's the kids. It's always the kids. She said, different faces, different ponytails. I love that line. What a terrific human being Kim Wilson and Jackie Davis, the effects that they've had in so many positive ways with their student athletes. And Wilson's been at it a long time, 29 years. So grateful for the opportunity to chat with Coach. One thing she said about her starter today, Riley Lutz, the senior doesn't get rattled, believes in her defense, and she trusts them. And that's a big thing. And how about that? I love the energy from number 10, Inslee, with another big strikeout. She trusts in her, Janiyah Smith. I can tell you that right there, as those two are starting to build a good bond here in game 2. It's Inslee now with bases loaded. Wait. Right, okay. So 2 outs, bases loaded for the leadoff hitter, McCaffrey. And that's going to get past Smith. And sliding in for the 9th run of the ball game is number 8, Rhyme. That was close, though. Credit Janiyah Smith getting the ball over to Inslee. Just glad nobody got hurt. So McCaffrey at 2-0 should get something to look at here with 2 away. But first base is open. It's now 3-0. So maybe Inslee pitching around a little bit. McCaffrey today is 2 for 3. Wow. 2 runs, 2 hits. One of those a double. And a stolen base. And that's over for the strike. 9-0 here in the 4th. I like watching Inslee pitch, though. She's got some good repertoire. That one was high for ball 4. That's going to load him up again, as it will bring up the number 2 hitter, Mackenzie Melvin, who's 2 for 3 today. Melvin with a RBI double, a couple of hits and a run scored. And that's in there for the strike. So, big test here for Inslee. See if she can get out of this jam. And the off speed misses. And the 1-1. Beautiful pitch from Inslee. Caught the inside corner. And now 1-2 to Mackenzie Melvin. Melvin way up in the box. Holds off. Good patience by Melvin. Kloss able to stay with it and get it over for the force at second. Great job by Kloss. Never gave up on that ground ball. And that bases loaded threat gets squashed, but 9-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Profs with the big lead. We'll be back after this. Maddie Hack, the batter. And that's in there for a strike here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Hack swings away. And the pitch. Oh, that almost hit her. Got a new pitcher for the Profs. It's number 40. Michaela Veneziale. Senior out of Berlin, New Jersey. In there for the strike. 3 as Hack goes down looking for the first out of the inning. So Michaela is 1-0 this year, making her 9th appearance, a 2.86 ERA. 14 innings pitched. She's given up 9 hits, 7 runs, 9 walks, and a struck out 25. And that'll bring up Destiny Mori. I like what she's done at the plate. Works hard, deeps deep in accounts. She jumps on that first pitch from Michaela. Swings through it. 1-1 the count. Second pitch, I'm sorry. This girl's got this young student athlete here, Michaela Veneziali. Man, she's got some heat. One of the faster pitchers I've seen this year. And Maury goes down swinging for the second out here in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring up Janiah Smith. Smith is 0 for 1 here in game 2. And the pitch over for a strike. Hard to believe, number 40. Only making her 9th appearance. She doesn't waste any time in the circle either. Gets right to work. And Smith in the hole at 0-2. Man, that's a foul. Oh no, it's going to stay fair. Smith hustling down the line with 3 up, 3 down. Smith grounds out to end the inning. We'll head to the 5th, 9-0. Rowan with the lead. Back after this. Back here live in the top of the 5th inning. Profs coming to bat. They lead it 9-0. And it'll be Peyton McNair, who's 1 for 2 here in game 2. And Inslee deals high. And the pitch, high, ball 2. And looking ahead for Rowan, as their season also coming to a close, as that's fouled away down the left field line. They'll be on Tuesday, Senior Day, versus Rutgers Camden. No. Yeah. Rutgers Camden on the 22nd. A doubleheader. And that'll be in Glassboro at Rowan softball field. And then it's Montclair State on the 26th, and that'll do it in the NJAC tournament, folks. Believe it or not, starts on April 29th. And the pitch outside, ball 4. So NJAC will be Tuesday the 29th, Saturday, May 3rd, Tuesday, May 6th, Friday, May 9th, and the championship on Saturday, May 10th for softball. Pulaski now the batter. And it is Rowan that stands atop the NJAC conference right now at 12-1. Oh, and that's a fly ball in the center as McManus has trouble. Pulowski is aboard. Tough out there with this time of day. You got right field right in the sun, center field in the shade, second base in the sun, second and first in the sun, left field dark. As we approach 6:30. We've got a pinch runner for Rowan. It'll be number 25 at first, Brooke McGuigan, the junior, 5'8" out of Mullica Hill. So runners at first and second. Oh, and that's going to hit number 6, Brianna Bryant, and that'll load up the bases for Allie Rhyme. No rhyme or reason to that one. Now look how far up Rhyme is in that batter's box. Whatever she does, it seems to work. And Rhyme jumps all over that first pitch, but it's foul just behind third base. So this 9-0 lead may not stay there for long with no outs here in the top of the 5th. The Profs have loaded them up. Oh, great pitch. Beautiful pitch by Kara Inslee. Rhyme 2 for 3 today. High. 2 RBI and a run scored, including a double for Rhyme. And the pitch, Rhyme fouls it off the other way. She's at 1-2. Rhyme, the slow roller to Abreu for 1, but a run scores. And that'll make it 10-0. And that'll bring up Evick, the catcher. Evick 2 for 2 today. And with a walk and a stolen base. The off-speed low ball. So runners at second and third for Evick. And the pitch, low inside. low. And drawing the walk is Evick to load him back up again. Uh-oh. Look at what we got here. It's Holly Marcus with one out of the bases loaded. And that's all we're going to see from number 10, Kara Inslee. As a pitching change is in the offing. And it appears that the freshman Hughes will be checking in to the circle for Jackie Davis. Hughes at 101 this year with a 23.21 ERA on her 9th appearance. She's pitched 6 innings, walked 13, and has struck out 1. So it's Solcia Hughes, the freshman out of San Antonio, Texas, in Clark High School, who will give it a go. Not an easy spot to come into for Hughes. I think we got a pinch hitter, though, folks. As number 11 seems to be getting ready in the warm-up on the on-deck circle. And that's Maeve Lougheed. Lougheed, the senior out of Audubon, New Jersey. Ten to nothing, bases loaded. Lougheed and Hughes. Hughes, low ball 1. And the pitch, high. So the walks to inning ratio, perhaps needs some improvement for Hughes. So we've got to keep an eye on that. And that's going to be a ground ball to Abreu. It's off the glove. Everybody's safe, and it's 11-0. And we've got another pinch hitter as Paige Russell, the freshman out of Hackettstown, will get a chance here for the Profs. And that's high and outside. 2-0 now the count. And Paige Russell, we got to look at Paige in game one. Historic at bat for Paige. She's at it again here in the fifth inning. Looking to add to a big day for the freshman. And that's in there for a strike. Count even at 2-2. And the pitch high, and that's over the head of Smith. Everyone's going to hold as it quickly caromed off the backstop into the glove of Smith. And the count now full. As Paige Russell gets set. Oh, good swing by Russell, but it goes off the knob of the bat. And that throw is going to be high. Everybody's safe. Throw over to first, a bit errant. Another couple of runs score. Paige Russell aboard. Once again for the Profs. 13-0 here in the top of the fifth inning. And the pitch is in there for a called strike to Sophia. Sophia McBride, another freshman. We got a chance to see Sophia in game one. Runners on the corners. McBride now at 1-1. And Hughes, the righty, deals low. It hits the plate. Pops over the head of Smith. And the count now 2-1. And the pitch is fouled off the left leg of McBride. And the pitch slow, off speed. McBride able to get a bat on it and fouls it away. Count now full to McBride. Runners at second and third. And Hughes deals outside ball four. And they're loaded up once again. And this time we'll have another pinch hitter. It's number 15, Cammie Morgan, the junior out of Burlington, New Jersey. Morgan has 7 hits this season. And this her 21st at bat. Bye, Mary. And that's a wild pitch over the head of Smith. Everyone stays put. Saying goodbye to Mary Stadelman. Mary is the Associate Director of Athletics here at Rutgers North. Told me she's heading down to the shore for Easter. It's a relative's house. That sounds like fun. Sure, there's a fair amount of traffic on the pike heading down the shore today. That's flared to the left. And 1-1 scores on the RBI single from number 15, Cammie Morgan. Morgan with her 8th hit of the season and her 7th RBI. That'll make it 14-0. The bases are loaded for another pinch hitter, number 26, Lindsey Cahill, junior out of Shoreham, New York. And Hughes deals in there for a strike. And that's going to get past Smith. Everyone stays put. 14-0 to score here in the 5th inning. And the pitch, low. And the off speed, low. Ball 3. It's called strike. Count now full at 3-2. And the pitch, high, ball 4. And that will be run number 15. As Paige Russell crosses the plate. And they'll bring up number 25, Brooke McGuigan. High, 1-0. Still just one away here in the top of the 5th. The base is loaded for McGuigan. And Hughes deals low. And the off speed in there for a strike. 2-1 now, the count. It's over for strike 2. And McGuigan pops it up in a shallow right field. That's going to fall in for the base hit. A 1-run scores, so an RBI single for McGuigan as McBride comes across. And it's now 16-0. So we're going to have a pitching change, everybody. We'll be back with more Scarlet Raiders softball right after this. Got a new batter for Rutgers. A new pitcher, I'm sorry. Now in the circle for the Scarlet Raiders, it's number 27, Mia Aquino. And the pitch in there for a strike. Low. Oh no, it's called a strike. It's Brianna Bryant. Is that it? Oh. Okay, so apparently a runner gets called out at third. And then a strikeout. That happened really quickly. So we'll head to the bottom of the fifth, folks. 16-0, the Profs with the lead over the Scarlet Raiders. We'll be back after this. Well, Saturday Night Fever, folks, on a Friday night here in Newark. Bee Gees. That'll bring up Allie Miller. Man, Miller flares one foul. This pitcher is nasty. Michaela Veneziali, man, she's fast. And lights out. So Rutgers down to their final 3 outs unless they can get a little offense going here in the bottom of the 5th. And Miller takes inside. And Miller pops it up. And there for the put out at third is Bryant. Well, one away will bring up Keelan O'Brien. I'm sorry, it's Fiegel. So Lutz started this game 2. Followed by number 22, Dotterer. And mopping up here in the 5th, it's Veneziali. So Rutgers has managed a 1 hit here in game 2. It was Fiegel with a lone hit for the Scarlet Raiders. Fiegel had a double. And the Scarlet Raiders down to their final out. It'll be Abreu. And that should do it, folks. And the final here, game 2, 16-0, as the Profs continue to roll through a memorable 2025. And Rutgers Newark will be back in action next week on Tuesday for the last game of the year. So, folks, listen, I want to say on behalf of Mary Stadelman and the Jalen Event, Aaron Cohen, Ryan Anderson, and the boys. And Evan Santana, I'm John Heffernan. And Rachel Janosch, too, Jackie Davis, everybody. Have a great holiday weekend, everybody. And tomorrow we've got baseball at Weekway Park. And we'll have a coverage for you live on Raider Vision. And happy Easter and Passover to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you next time. Good night.